Okay, boys and girls. So, for writing this week, we are going to continue with our personal narratives. Again, a personal narrative is something that we've experienced ourselves, something that has happened in our lives, and we want to draw and illustrate that so that way we can share it with our friends. Now, this weekend was a very, very busy weekend for most of you, I'm sure, because Saturday was Halloween. So I would like for us to talk about what we did on the weekend for Halloween. Ms. Castro is going to illustrate to you what was one thing that happened with me during Halloween. So for Halloween, we went out trick-or-treating. It was myself, my husband. We took our daughter. We got dressed up, and we went trick-or-treating by my mom's house. So one really cool thing that I want to illustrate with you was one of the houses that we stopped by. The homeowners, they put this long tube, and so my daughter did not have to go up to them to pick the candy. The homeowner slid the candy through the tube, and then my daughter had to catch it with her basket at the end of the tube, so my husband was helping her. So I'm going to illustrate that to you, what it looked like, because I thought that was pretty awesome. So that's the idea that I have in my head. And I'm going to illustrate that for you boys and girls so you could see what I did. So let's see. Here is the house. Here are the windows. Here's the door. Now, I'm over here. Whoops. Let's try that again. Now we're wearing our masks, so definitely have to protect ourselves.
Good morning, PSU 57. I would like to make this announcement before you go live with your live instruction. Tomorrow, there will be no professional development. I know we're used to having professional development every election year, election day on an annual basis. But tomorrow, we are only doing remote teaching. So teachers do not report to PSU 57. The school building will be closed. So please stay home and do remote learning with your children tomorrow. We're going, and also on Wednesday, the report card grades are due, so please make sure the report card grades are entered into the STAR system by Wednesday, including Mr. P, the only cluster teacher that we have here this year. Please make sure you input those grades as you have been attached to every STARS class in the building. Friday, we're looking to have an iReady professional development. As soon as we're able to see that the facilitator is available, we will schedule iReady on Friday. So Friday also, we want the staff and the students to wear pajamas. So please, pajama day on Friday. We always have pajama day the day after parent-teacher conference. So make sure the kids wear their pajamas on Friday. Thank you, and have a great day, everyone.
Okay, so that is something that Ms. Castro just learned right now. So I'll talk to all the moms and dads at the end of class. All right, so here we go. Here's the house. That's the neighbor. Here's my daughter, my husband, myself. Now I'm going to illustrate to you what it looked like. So the homeowner had this long tube. Then my daughter had to take her basket. It's in the shape of a jack-o'-lantern. And then the candy, it shot out of that tube and into her basket. So I thought that was pretty awesome because I never would have thought a neighbor would have done that. So now I illustrated, I'm gonna have to add more details. So I know I was standing next to a tree. And because the leaves are already falling on the ground, I'm gonna draw some leaves on the ground too to show you that they're already on the floor. So my next step is the labeling. So here, house begins with the letter H because H makes a sound. This person here is my neighbor. That's my mom's neighbor. So neighbor begins with the letter N. I'm going to put that on top of her head. Then,
attention all teachers, all gym classes will be outside today. Attention all teachers, all gym classes will be outside today.
okay, so my daughter, her name is Selena. So I'll label her with her name. So her name starts with the letter S. I'm gonna put S on top of her head. I try not to write out her whole name because sometimes it might come out too big and then it's gonna be a lot of erasing. So I just like to put the first letter. Then my husband begins with the letter H. So that's that. And this is me. I'm not gonna write Miss Castro on top of my head because my name is too long. So I'm gonna use the sight word me, which is one of our sight words that we're gonna be learning. So me is spelled M-E. Me. So when you boys and girls see that, you know that is me. These are leaves. So I'm going to put an L for leaf. And I try to do it for as many as I can. And then I have to label the tree. Tree. Okay. Now, one of the instructions that I put in the Google Classroom assignment for this week for the writing, you're going to use the sight words to start the sentence. So the sentence is going to start with the words I see. So when you write your sentence, you're going to use those two sight words. I see, and you tell me what you see. So Ms. Castro is going to explain to you what I saw. So I saw the candy falling. So that's what I'm going to write. I, finger space, see, finger space, the is a sight word that you can look on your resources, boys and girls. I see the candy, candy. Now, boys and girls, however you hear it in your head, that's the letters that you're writing out, okay? I see the candy fall. Falling. Falling. And I always put a period at the end of the sentence to show that I am done with my thought. Okay? So that, boys and girls, is more or less what you're going to do. You're going to illustrate what you did on Halloween. I want to see what you saw because I wasn't there with you. So this is Miss Castro's example of what I saw. Now, families, if you notice, my sentence is incorrectly written in the sense that I wrote it the way a child would write it. This is called inventive spelling. So inventive spelling is the start of how they are going to eventually learn how to write correctly. So the way I wrote candy is the way they would probably hear it in their head. And if they know the sounds of their letters, those are each individual letters that they would write. So there's no need to correct them for that. Just encourage them to listen to the sounds of the words that they're trying to spell, and they can write it out. So same thing with falling. Fall, when we form that letter, to us it sounds like the letter O. So that's what your child might write, and it's okay, because the good thing is that they're listening to the sounds and they're writing each sound that they hear. So they're able to use any of the resources that I provided. Look at the word walls, look at everything that I posted. I know that they have a lot of words that they can copy. They could, of course, copy it from there, but definitely encourage them to do it on their own. As far as using the highlighter, try to hold off on using the highlighter with writing, because I want to be able to see what they're able to do, so that way I can give you suggestions as to what you can do to help them on more in the future. This weekend, it was funny because I was watching television with my daughter, a program that I used to watch when I was younger. I'm sure most of you adults probably know it, Bob Ross, the painting guy, the painter. And it was funny because he was actually saying, and I think it ties in with us when we're teaching, that we don't make mistakes, we make happy accidents. So I thought that was pretty cool to understand that. Boys and girls, you don't make mistakes. So don't worry about, if you feel something's wrong. Let's think of it more as a happy accident, okay? So don't get frustrated. You have the whole week to work on this writing. It's not due until Thursday. Add details, add the labels. Show me how it was for you on Halloween, whatever it was that you did, okay? And then you're starting your sentence with the sight words, I see, because I want to know what it was that you saw on Halloween, okay?